So take all of this with a massive grain of salt, but a post was released today suggesting that Vinland Saga might actually only have one chapter left. It is a, Japanese to English translation of this event that is happening, that's going to be happening towards the end of July, July 19th, where Makoto Yukimura, creator of Vinland Saga, is going to be speaking. And they're talking about the end, as in the final chapter of the manga, which means that between now and then, we would only have one chapter released because we get basically one chapter a month, usually comes out like the 25th, somewhere around there. So there's only one chapter that would release before this event takes place. So if they really are talking about the final chapter, well, there's only one chapter that it could be. Now, I look at this and I know that Vinland Saga is heading towards the end. It's been talked about for multiple years now. Yukimura has talked about, we're almost there. This is the final arc. This is going to be the finale. We know that Vinland Saga is about to end. And spoiler alert, if you guys are not caught up in the manga, we just lost one of our longtime, fan favorite characters. And that usually signifies we're reaching the end. But I look at the story and where it's at right now, and it's just very, very hard for me to believe that you can wrap everything up in just one single chapter. There are so many loose ends here, the biggest of which is that they're still in Vinland. Like, everybody has to leave eventually. I would imagine Thorfinn would have some issues leaving a sword there. So yeah, I imagine there would be another confrontation of some sort, as well as there's a lot of characters we have kind of left behind that I would like at least a little bit of a resolution to, or at least maybe like a panel showing where they are. I mean, it's been forever since we've seen Knut or Thorkel, and I really want to know what my boy Garm is up to. All of these characters, but we probably won't see them again. It'll focus on the end of Thorfinn's story, but I'm just saying, even with Thorfinn, I mean, he hasn't even met his child yet, So, like, there is a lot of things to happen. And now I also want to go over to the list of chapters here. This is just from the wiki. And the interesting thing here is this. So these are the chapters that have been collected into volumes, and these are the chapters that have yet to be collected into volumes. The most recent one that released over here, these are the 2-in-1s. So this is the 2-in-1s, volume 14, which would have the volumes 27 and 28. So we assumed there would be one more of these, which means 2 full volumes, bringing us to 30 volumes in total. Now, the chapters that have yet to be collected are here, and as you see, we have about 19 of them. And most of the volumes have about, this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's a big one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the average is 8. And if we scroll up a little bit further, I think the shortest volume here, the shortest volume has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 chapters in the shortest volume. And if we go down to the chapters that are yet in a volume, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 so far, one more confirmed to be coming. So if we take the average, so let's say there's 8 chapters per volume, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that would leave us with only 3 chapters, which would not even be the shortest to put in a volume. If we average and say, okay, the shortest volume had 6, so that'd be 12 in total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that would be 29 theoretically. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, that would still leave us with 2. And I guess maybe the shortest volume would be 5. There's also the idea that maybe all of these could just be collected into one volume, which I don't know what they would do in the 2-in-1s in that case. But if that is the case, it would just be a big extra long volumes. So at bare minimum, I would imagine there would have to be 2 chapters left. But if the final chapter is, let's say, double the length, maybe because it's the final chapter, it's just a huge chapter, that would bring us to technically 5, but, the length of 6, which has been done in volume format before. So there is actually credibility to the idea that there could be one chapter left, as long as it's an extra long chapter. Again, take all of this with a massive grain of salt, but if this is true, and there is one chapter left, that would be this month, which is crazy to think about and scary to think about. Like, I know that Vinland Saga is ending, and I've been following the series since 2019 is when I got into it, because I first started reviewing Berserk as the first manga on this channel, and then I asked people, you know, what are other manga that are really good that I should get into? And the two highest recommendations were Attack on Titan and Vinland Saga. And that's when I jumped into both of those series. So I haven't been following it as long as some people have, but 2019 was, 6 years ago now. And, I barreled through this series and reviewed every volume and then started reviewing it chapter by chapter. And if it really does end this month, it will really feel like, the end of an era. It will really feel like a part of me and a part of this channel will no longer be here, and it's hard to kind of think about and accept. And that's not saying I won't make any other videos on Vinland Saga, but the chapter reviews will be done. I even thought when this came out, this released a little bit ago, I was like, man, I can't wait for the final 2-in-1 volume, because then I'm going to go back and I'm going to reread the whole series in bulk. I'm just going to go from start to finish. And so I'm holding off until that comes out. But tell me what you guys think. Do you think that we have a legitimate chance of Vinland Saga actually ending in one chapter? Do you think it's just kind of a mistranslation and they're just talking about the series as a whole? If so, if it really does, what do you want to see in the final chapter? For me, I know this is going to sound bad. I want one of two outcomes for Thorfinn. I do want him to leave and be able to see his child, if we have more of a positive, uplifting ending. If we go for more of a tragedy, I think that, we've seen Thorfinn's entire life. We've seen him from childhood to mercenary to slave to voyager. I would be okay. I know it would be tragic. I know it would be sad. I would be okay seeing his final days as well. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks as always for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Give it a thumbs up and comment. I'll talk to you next time.